I do want to reiterate, we might as well give the people what they want, man. Give them what they want.
You're not talking about June 9th.
Yes.
Okay, hold up. I got.
I am.
If we're really going to do this,
Sure.
No, listen. No, you know why we had to do this? Because the story has to be told. It has to be told.
I've been getting a lot of inboxes asking, so what the fuck happened on June 9th?
There's three different perspectives on this right now, and yes. Let it roll. I think they waited long enough. Let it roll.
Okay.
Who's going to start? I think we need a disclaimer.
Let me start it off.
Okay, disclaimer real quick. Disclaimer. Please.
Because we don't, it's cancel culture.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely cancel culture. This is a story. This is a true story that really happened.
Please don't get offended.
Don't get offended.
We do not mean to offend anybody
at all.
This is what happened.
But we're telling the truth.
This is just what happened.
And if anyone is lying or embellishing, we'll call each other out. I promise you that.
This is not based on a true story. This is
the true story.
All right.
Go ahead,
so who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
We've been friends now for.
Don't even try to do the math. Since '97.
Since '97, they can do the math.
It's been a long time, like almost 25 years, almost 20 years.
But June 9th, we were celebrating 20 years of friendship.
Okay. So that's
how it started.
We were celebrating 20 years of friendship, and the way this really started was
dun dun dun.
I think the first time it started, we were both in a barbershop. Me and you were in a barbershop, right? Now Star Barbershop.
Yeah, we were. Shout out.
All right, so we were both in a barbershop, and Mo said, "You know what? Yo, we are going on 20 years of friendship. We should celebrate this, right?" And I was like, "Most, you are right. We should celebrate it." So he was like, "I got some ideas of what to do." And then Mo started kind of giving some ideas of, and because you a drinker,
well,
Mo,
let me fill in the gaps. At this point, we are no longer at the barbershop. Now we're in a chat because now this has sparked a group chat where we're talking about.
Did we get there yet though? Because at the barbershop, I think you were showing me something with the what was that one lounge spot?
That was the second time we went, and we talked about it again.
Okay.
The first time we talked about it, we just mentioned it, and we all agreed, yo, that's a good-ass idea. And then we chatted it, and we chimed in Nate, and we chimed in Yambi, my guy, and, it started to become a dialogue where we're focused on June 9th, celebrating 10 years of friendship. June 9th was a time that, arguably so.
We didn't bring up June 9th yet, though.
Okay,
we didn't bring up the date yet. You just started. There was no date. So who's a drinker, Mo started to talk about some lounges in Baltimore, right?
Facts. You're right. I see.
And when you were talking about these lounges in Baltimore, you was just like, we also got to look out for Nate and Yambi, right? Because they live in Philly. So we gotta let's start chatting with them so we can find out some kind of midpoint or some place we can go. So then we started to take it to the chat.
You're right.
And then we started chatting a little bit more, and then another person kind of comes in and says, "You know what? We can do this. This is an idea. We can go to this place." Am I right?
What was this?
No.
The person said, "Let's go to."
No.
Get it out!
No.
Get it out!
No.
Huh?
It's time, yo. It's time.
Well, the person said we can go to Washington, D.C. on June 9th. Right? Didn't think anything of it. We were just like, okay. So
I don't even think the date was solidified at that point. I think at that point it was just a location. We should all go to DC. and we were still trying to hash out the date.
The date, okay. All right. So we were still trying to hash out the date. So then we were amped. We were gonna go to DC. Right? We were gonna go to DC. When are we going to go to DC? We don't know. Sometime when it's warm outside. Okay, cool. So we're like talking and talking and talking, and then a person that's not one of the four of us, the person just kind of was like, I think June 9th would be a good date in DC. And we're like, wow, why that date? I don't know. So we're amping up this whole time. Stop me if I'm wrong. So we're amping up.
No, you're not wrong. I think
we're amping up this whole time. We are
ridiculously excited.
We got a group chat going on, and we're just like counting down the days to this. And
we made reservations, my nigga.
Yeah. I mean, a steakhouse.
We staying a weekend in DC. Excuse me, so we don't have to drive home drunk and none of that shit. We excited. You know what I'm saying? We freestyling on the ride there, and we got our bags packed.
No, but listen. Yeah. Before that.
Go ahead.
During this process, now we like, okay, well, it was just going to be the four of us. Now we added the fifth person coming to this. And in that process, we like, all right, I'm like, well, if we add more people, let me hit up my team, which is a subsidiary of our friends, that my cousin and my other peoples in Philadelphia. I said, yo, we're going to have a good time celebrating friendship and all this. We're going to go to DC and party. We're going to get a club. We're going to stay there the whole weekend. We're going to drink. I got my cousin in DC hooking up spots for us. Y'all should come through. So now we done added 4 more people to the trip in this process. So now it's a group of us, of men going to DC on June 9th to have a good time. And like we said, we get to Baltimore. We flicking it up. We seeing each other. We all excited. The person that mentioned it was like, well, I ain't going to be able to make it until maybe later on that weekend. We like, okay, but you came up with this idea of this weekend. All right, we'll see you down there.
I remember that. I'm like, yo, what you mean? You messing the whole thing up. This is a beginning to end. You ain't about to show up like you a featured guest or some shit. The fuck's going on?
Yeah, so
ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Great movie, by the way, Temptations. So now, like Mo said, we now we go to DC, we in the car, everybody vibing. There's music, all that.
Cars. Carload. There's multiple cars driving to DC.
We get there that Friday. It's Friday afternoon. We check in. Everything is fine. We had a spot. We went to Hooters. We having a good time there. We go to a club that night. Not thinking nothing of it, We having a good time. We vibing as friends, whatever. We drinking. We at the bar.
Hookah, all that shit. We having a good old time, yo.
Good old time.
None of the flags are going off. We straight. Everything's good, but
everything's straight. But something still.
But you know what? Hold on. You gotta go back. Before the club, there was some alarms that went off that we overlooked that we just didn't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
I will say.
You know what I'm saying?
Let us know about that one, Moose.
Like when we checked in, right? When we pulled up, I remember the hotel had the little horseshoe type shit, and as we checked, the whatever the people, they come get out bags or whatever, and you see other people checking in. You see, was a car before us, a car after us. We at the counter checking in or whatever, and we, you're looking around, looking at the hotels, observing the lay of the land. And not to give it away, but there wasn't a female in sight.
So, with that
during check-in, this is before we even get to the club.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't even put it together. We driving. We just ready to get changed up and start our shit.
Yo, cap that right there.
And we flicking it up.
Yo, we taking selfies and shit.
Cap that there. We taking pics. Mind you, Pete, but you know, it's another thing I peeped too. When we went to the club on that Friday, if you notice, yo, I swear yo, it was a couple of people like, I don't know if you call it pushing up, but it was kind of like, hey, what's up, man? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know you.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
I'm not paying that no mind. Though. That flag is still not going off yet.
It didn't click at all. We're just thinking, because DC is a smoke friendly area. You know what I'm saying? And we high off that liquor, and we chill. So it's never clicking in our head. We're just thinking that,
hey,
we're social bodies. You know what I'm saying?
We have a hell of a night Friday night. We have a good time. We wake up Saturday. This is when everything starts to clicking.
That's when the fucking well, keep going. I'm like,
when everything starts to click. Because now we're in Saturday mode. We all like, yeah, we getting fresh sneaks on, wearing that fly shit. We're like, yeah, we gonna go get a grub. So we walk in the streets of DC.
Hold up. Let me pump the brakes right there. When we going to get our, you talking about the Shake Shack? The Shake Shack was later.
That was in the afternoon. That was early afternoon.
Well, but you forgot dinner, my nigga. When we went to dinner.
No. Dinner is later on this night.
Dinner's later.
Oh, you're right. I'll shut up. Keep going.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Oh, this is early afternoon Saturday. We have plans on dinner that.
You're right.
We like bet. We gonna go get a grub, go get a lunch real quick, go check out the scenery. Like Mo said, we in DC, we walking around, we flicking up, taking selfies with each other, blah, blah, blah. We get the Shake Shack. Well, we get the Shake Shack and we start ordering. Now, in the process of ordering our food, we noticed that one of the people behind the couple of people behind the counter working at Shake
I'm about to say a couple of them. The whole staff.
The whole staff. Were very, very, very friendly. But one was kind of like extremely friendly, but towards Amo Styles.
Why you guys sticking me out, my nigga?
Because it's true.
It's true.
True story here. Not based. True story.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, Mose, why boy giving you like the eye? I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know, but I need a milkshake. He forgot my milkshake. I'm like, all right. I was like, well, look, nigga, he getting you a milkshake. We about to all get milkshakes because I'm definitely giving you.
Yo, when I say, and let's emphasize this, and not emphasize this. Let's highlight and pay some. When he say giving the eye, I meant this dude was
giving this nigga.
Yo. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? For any woman that I have just come on to in an aggressive fashion, I apologize.
Because this dude
was coming on hard. Pause. Like I'm like, thank you. Here's my money.
I'm like, well, yeah, Most give me a shake. Boy was like, you want a shake too? I'm like, yeah, yes. And that was on the arm. He was like, here, don't worry.
Yo, we all ended up getting free milkshakes, yo, and we didn't think nothing of it, but the antennas were up. The antennas were up, but we didn't pay attention. It was just a laughable moment. We just thought after we leave this place, it was done. It still didn't click.
So as we're upstairs and we're drinking our free shakes and eating our food, we're calling a person that made this trip on June 9th and they still said that they can't make it yet. They're still late. So I just had to add that in there. Continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So now we're back at the hotel. We had this dinner planned out. Supposedly at it was supposed to be at a nice restaurant. Then we was gonna hit the club later on. To come to find out that this restaurant was just on some normal-ish, and we were all suited up. Now, mind you, suited up. I'm talking about slacks.
We took the fact that this was the formal arena where we were going to celebrate our friendship. You know what I'm saying? We were going to celebrate the 20 years. This is where it was going to be formal. We're going to be informal later on. We at the club, but we're going to throw it on and actually celebrate each other. Y'all coming from Philly, we from Baltimore. We all taking this trip. We all are invested in this. We all are paying homage to this. You know what I'm saying? Like we got on blazers. We got on slippery earls. We on our best behavior, dressed to a T.
As Jalen Rose said, we were suited and booted.
I had on a pink fucking shirt. I had pink on.
You and John had on some salad.
I had the pink fucking plaid fucking tie and this bright colored blaze. I'm feeling real good about this shit, but this is the wrong time.
Wrong color scheme.
Wrong time. Oh my god. So, anyway, keep going.
We out to eat. We go to the spot. The spot wasn't what we thought it was, but we gonna make the best of it. So we in there, we drinking, we eating, we celebrating. We, like you said, we still taking flicks. We all at the table together, toasting it up. And we all, we done. We like, all right, we're going to get ready for the night. So we leave the restaurant and we go outside. We outside waiting for an Uber. And in that moment we're outside, this panhandler.
This is the Kaza Sose moment.
This is the moment.
And start hitting us. The panhandler.
Usual suspects.
Cussing us the fuck out.
Yo, he went off. He called us all kinds of motherfuckers. He called us all kinds of faggots. He said, you faggot ass this and you bitch ass. He called us everything in the book.
And we
and we did all we did was walk out the spot. We're like, yo, oh shit, who pissed you?
I'm like, who pissed him off? And then that's when Most was like,
yo, I get it. Yo, as he's cussing us out, you know those moments in the movies where the person drift off and they all of the shit starts circulating around their head and that was that moment for me. As he's cussing us out, I started to step back and I'm like, I started to think about Shake Shack. And then I started to think about when we checked in. And I started to look around and I was just like, oh shit. I said, yo, everybody on the line. I think it's Gay Pride weekend.
Come to find out, June 9th was Gay Pride weekend in Washington, D.C. And we had no clue.
No clue. Yo, we in there. And it's nothing but guys. It's just us guys. We had a hotel at Gay Pride weekend. I'm like, oh my god,
yo,
this is just can't get it. Yo, and as it kind of hits me in the face, and I'm like, I get it now. I zoom back into the situation, and the guy is finishing up cussing us out. He's just like, I get so sick and tired of y'all. Y'all do this every year, and I'm like, you know what? My bad, bro. I said, yo, we not out that mob. If you can believe us, we had no clue. He didn't want to hear anything we had to say. But I didn't blame him because here I am in a suit and tie with this bright ass, pink ass shirt. I had no leg, no platform to stand on. Mind you,
oh my God.
We haven't gone to the club yet. We still got to go to the club and have a good time. And Drums and Flats hasn't even arrived yet. But now we catch the Uber back, and the Uber back was really, really somber. That was when we were all having conversations. We was like, yo, Code Red, my nigga, yo. We're on enemy territory right now, and
Everybody was like, "Yo, whose idea was this?"
it
The
was
person who I
so.
did didn't even show up till later that night. Even though we went to the club, we still had a good time. But
We did have a good time at the club.
we had a good time in the club. The club was normal.
At the club,
The club was normal. It was females around.
Yeah, I was about to say. I want to highlight that the club was normal. Like it was.
It was females.
We had a good old time. It was, that was a separation.
That's what separated a lot. But that Sunday going home.
All right, so let me fast forward. Wait, I got this one. So let me fast forward. So the Sunday going home, I'm kind of like, all right, money got spent. I'm trying to go home, right? Everybody's like, "Yo, where we going to eat breakfast?" I'm like, I don't care.
I'm not even trying to go home.
I want to go home.
Out of here.
I want to leave, right? So as we are leaving, here comes the parade.
The parade.
Glitter everywhere.
We are trying to leave.
You coming through with like
back into the fucking parade.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to go home. And then somebody was just like, y'all trying to go to this brunch? I think the cover fee is no. I want to go home. I don't want to go to a brunch with bouncers. I want to go home.
Bouncers and brunch.
I was done. I was just like, this is.
Yeah, I think
this is not what I thought it was going to be.
I think
celebration.
It
started off as like a celebration of our friendship, and it just.
When Sunday hit, we were already we were done and tired, especially after we seen the parade. Because at that point,
we were done after we left dinner, but we were going to the club. But after we left the club, we was like, "Yo, we rolling out first thing in the morning." And we tried to discreetly check out and roll the hell out to run into that parade. It was just like, but wait, it gets worse.
yeah, because
you know what I'm saying?
It was full effect. Wings, flags, everything.
I remember vividly as I pour my bourbon. Right, take a pause real quick. Deringer Rabbit Hole Sherry Cask Bourbon. Get it if you don't know anything about it. But anyway, as we're leaving the hotel, the parade that we ran into, it was, I don't want to call him a little person, but it was a guy I just remember there was a guy that was really short. And he had no shirt on. He had on a diaper. And the wings that he had on, mind you, he had on wings. They were glitter. Okay? Rainbowish glitter. And the wings, I'm not talking about the small little wings. This motherfucker had wings that had to have been about 3-4 feet per wing. Okay? He went all out for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were huge. Like, a strong gust of wind hit him, and he parasailing out this motherfucker. Like, he committed. We ran smack dead into the parade, and he was front and center. And I'm like, yo, we cannot.
And that parade didn't just go past like a couple of seconds. No, we was waiting for a little bit.
Oh my god, yo!
It was DC traffic on Gay Pride Week during the parade, and we were stuck in that traffic for a minute.
We had to spend. The moral of the story is when people say, "So what happened on June 9th?" A group of guys spent the weekend in DC during Gay Pride Weekend.
A group of straight guys.
Emphasis on straight guys.
Unknowingly.
Unknowingly. Okay?
Also, the moral of the story is plan your own outing with your people. Because if anybody external wants to join, they can join, but you plan your own stuff.
Yeah, don't let an outside source plan your weekend, because that outside source destroyed our weekend of friendship on some real, because the way it went down was not supposed to go down like that.
Are y'all ready for the bonus feature? You ready for the bonus feature?
What?
Here's the bonus feature.
I'm ready for this because I need to know.
After we're back, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. As all of our listeners can attest to, John Bullock he's the good guy. He's the nice guy of all three of us, all four of us. So, every so often we try to link up. You know what I mean? So I went out to Moe's or whatever. I said, yo, Bully, let's link up for some drinks or whatever. Bully and I go to Moe's, right? So I'm already at Moe's. And I'm at the corner part of the bar having a good time. He shows up, right? So mind you, as we're laughing like we are now, as I was at the bar that day, I was laughing my ass off. I couldn't believe. Still mad, but laughing. As Bully is walking to me, I said, "Yo, what's up, Bully?" I said, "I ain't seen you since Gay Pride weekend." Yo, yo, but I said it so loud, and Bully was so mad. Yo, he was pissed. Yo, and this is the only time that Bully has ever talked to me through his teeth. Like he was gritting his teeth, like, yo, why the fuck would you? Why the fuck would you say that shit? I say, yo, my bad, yo.
You was loud too.
I was, yo. You know, that looker had me a little something.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, it still was a good weekend. But it was just funny to know that.
Yes. Never again.
We know not to plan that weekend in DC. We just know that.
So the moral of the story here is, if anyone ever talking to my heterosexual guys here, period. If you're ever in DC, don't go down there during the weekend of June.
You know what's bad though? You know what's funny though? We were posting pics like crazy on social media during that weekend. And I mean crazy.
Yeah, we was.
And then what's crazy about it is when I click the hashtag of June 9th, you know what comes up? Yeah, well, it ain't a lot of straight guys in them pictures on June 9th. That's for sure.
And now we stuck in that shit.
They're part of that history.
Oh my god.